Told me I got to prepare, so I'm preparing. I'm this country boy, I'm not that smart. And he's that preacher, he's a smart man, wear these nice suits. So he's going to show up and embarrass me at the debate October the 14th. And I'm just waiting, I'll show up and I'm going to do my best.
That was Georgia Senate hopeful Herschel Walker, proving that under the right circumstances, he can actually tell the truth. Walker was responding to reporters who were curious why he was so hesitant to debate Democrat Raphael Warnock. Here's what he said, if you can understand it.
So he's going to show up and embarrass me at the debate October the 14th. No, I know the question you're going to ask. I haven't agreed to do his debate because his debate wasn't a fair debate, and it's not good to do a fair debate. A fair debate is to do it in front of the voters. And I've agreed. I said, if Senator Warnock come to Savannah, Georgia, in front of people and do the debate, show up, do one. Don't be talking about something else. You haven't even shown up yet. Make sure you show up at this one. If you bring him to this debate, drive him here, do the debate, then we can talk about other stuff.
I wouldn't count on Walker to win that upcoming debate. And what's worse for Republicans, it's increasingly looking like Walker won't be able to win his Senate race either. A recent Quinnipiac poll has Walker losing to Warnock by 6 points, one of his largest margins so far. Other polls have more bad news for Walker, who's been running behind Republican Governor Brian Kemp and nearly every other Republican in the state of Georgia. Even a recent Republican-skewed Trafalgar Group poll only has Walker up by a single point. That's an embarrassment, and the GOP knows it. Walker is struggling to connect with voters because he has what Donald Trump calls bad brain. At times during the campaign, Walker has seemed confused. In one recent screw-up, he drew sighs even from Republicans for saying Joe Biden's climate bill was pointless because we, quote, have enough trees already. But Walker has deeper problems than just being a dum-dum. Some of his gaffes have been, well, more than just mistakes. Walker lied to his own campaign about fathering multiple illegitimate children. And in a devastating campaign ad, Walker's ex-wife said he held a gun to her head and threatened to blow her brains out. Take a look.
Do you think you know Herschel Walker?
Touchdown, Georgia!
Well, think again. Listen to what his ex-wife had to say about him.
His eyes would become very evil. The guns and knives. I got into a few choking things with him. The first time he held the gun to my head, he held the gun to my temple and said he was going to blow my brains out.
Yeah, Republicans produced that ad. That's just how far out there Herschel Walker really is. And it's more than just Walker. Across the country, candidates handpicked by Donald Trump and billionaire Peter Thiel are embarrassing the Republicans in the polls and on the airwaves. And some Republican leaders are voicing frustration with clowns like Arizona's Blake Masters, Ohio's J.D. Vance, and New Jerseyan Dr. Oz. Candidates like Walker and Vance won their primaries thanks to a flood of MAGA money. But as it turns out, none of them actually seem to understand politics. Trump himself has criticized Dr. Oz as a moron even by Trumpian standards, and he says that he expects the New Jerseyan to lose his Senate race in Pennsylvania. And as for J.D. Vance, Republicans are worried he's throwing away a GOP win in Ohio. One big reason is that Vance has spent more time sucking up to Donald Trump than he has talking to voters in Ohio. The end result is that almost half of Ohio Republicans view Vance negatively. And Donald Trump isn't helping. Here's CNN's Jim Acosta.
Former President Trump held a rally last night for Ohio Senate candidate J.D. Vance. And here's what the Trump endorsement looks like these days. Let's listen.
The New York Times did a fake story today, big front page, that J.D. wasn't sure if he wanted my support. J.D. is kissing my ass. He wants my support.
Tech billionaires with a fetish for authoritarianism may be enough to drown your primary opponents in a tidal wave of cash, but they're proving less effective at actually winning general elections. From Herschel Walker to J.D. Vance to Dr. Oz, even Republican voters are starting to wonder why these nutcases are running for office. All of these dopes have boosted Democrats' chances of holding the Senate. 538 estimates that Democrats have a 7 in 10 chance of holding the chamber, thanks in huge part to Trump's demand for loyalty over electability. But 70% isn't 100%. And if Democrats want to make that prediction a reality, they'll need to hit the polls hard in November. With the GOP sailing its ship clear off the far-right side of its flat earth, Democrats have a real opportunity to prevent the wingnut GOP from seizing power. Now more than ever, Democrats need to drive the biggest GOTV effort in modern history. The alternative is Senator Herschel Walker. and the end of pluralistic democracy. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and consider subscribing. And leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.